Hello, my name is Jana Smith. I am a Senior Account Manager Lead and Process Trainer at Guarantee Digital. In this segment 1B, I will be taking you through a more granular training on each of our submission forms found in the Guarantee Digital Resource Center. I will be going over the RFP submission form, the order desk, and the client insights form. We're going to begin with the RFP submission form. An RFP must be filled out when submitting custom quotes for these following services. On-page SEO, because that's dependent on the size of the platform and if they want a monthly on-page optimization or a one-time. Target marketing, because that's dependent on what type of target marketing services the client would like, if creative will be needed, and how long the campaign will run for. Website, mainly used for custom WordPress platforms, but we also use the RFP for our Lead Machine Wix Ascend platforms should the client want an e-commerce component to their website. And lastly, the video spec ad request. This is a customized video branded to the specific business of your client. Now, all of these red asterisk fields are required and must be filled out. We're going to now take a deeper dive into each of these forms. For on-page SEO, again, all the red asterisk fields are required. There are going to be many fields that are not required, but optional. And if you know this information, please provide it because it gives us a better understanding and a better opportunity to quote the client. So if you know the back-end access to the client website, you could provide that to us. We could run a report and really, give the client our recommendations on what their website needs for on-page SEO. Do we have Google Analytic access? Are we going to be allowed to make changes to the client's website? What is their platform built on? Geo-targeted area, if you know, list of keywords, their goals. All of this information, again, is very beneficial for us to get that quote out to you, the sales rep. Once you submit, again, we have 3 business days to turn around a quote and a proposal, provide that to the sales rep, and the sales rep can then take that to the client for review. Moving on to the target marketing. So target marketing, these are all our services that we offer. Should the sales rep know exactly what the client wants in terms of their target marketing services, you can select those options here. If the client or the sales rep knows about the ballpark of what their spend wants to be, but not sure what best target marketing services will suit them and their business, then you can put down other product quotes. And then in this box here, you can give us a little information about what the client's goals are, what they're looking to accomplish, what their spend, rough estimate about what their spend is. And then our target marketing team can then provide to the sales rep recommendations on what kind of services we feel that would be best suited for the client's business. But we're going to go back to the Facebook Instagram quote here. So again, all of the red asterisks must be filled out, and if not, again, all of the optional boxes here will eventually need to be discussed, whether it's on the order form or the target marketing manager's kickoff call with the sales rep. So geo-targeted areas are required again. That includes cities, countries, states, mile radius, zip codes. Any of that information would be very beneficial. Interest, demographics, optional. Wholesale spend, optional. And then, of course, any other comments or details regarding your clients would be able to be submitted here. Once you submit this quote, again, 3 business day turnaround time to provide that proposal to the sales rep for client review. Moving on, we are going to go to the website. The website has a little bit more details that we need to cover up front, more required fields. So you just want to go down and fill out this information here. The objectives of the website, whether we're going to be able to add or edit content themselves, or if we're going to be doing that for the clients, and if there's any e-commerce component to the website. Provide design examples so we have a better idea of what the client's looking for so we can meet those expectations. And of course, what are their pages and navigation. In regards to content and SEO, is the client going to be providing the content, or are we going to be creating that content for them? We do offer that as an a la carte service, so that is an additional fee should the client want us to create the content for them. Will they be providing images? We do offer 5 stock images for all of our websites. So if the client wants additional images, they would either need to provide them or we would need to purchase them, which for an additional fee for the client. If you have any uploads, you can do that here. Sitemaps, screenshots, anything like that. Existing databases. Do we need to import anything? And of course, any additional notes here. You then submit this form. Again, 3 business days turnaround time to get that proposal out to the sales rep for client review. And lastly here, we're going to go to the video spec. Very simple question. If the client is going to use content or copy, then you would just provide that copy here. If the client's going to attach any copy or images, then you would just upload them here. Or if we're going to just grab the content from their website, then you just select this this box here, and we'll grab that off the website for them. Any additional comments, and then submit. 3 business day turnaround time for the sales rep to receive that proposal. And that covers the in-depth review of the RFP form. We are now going to go over the order desk. The order desk is used not only for new order submissions, but we also use them for target marketing renewal, change to an active target marketing campaign, and cancellations. So again, all the red asterisks up top here, required fields that must be filled out. This is basic sales rep information and business information from your clients. You will then select the new order. From there, you will select what services that the client is signing up for. This is the digital service order, bundles. I'm also going to select the a la carte for training purposes. If the client is signing up for a website service order, you would select websites, and same for target marketing order. In terms of training, I'm going to be selecting all of these so we can go over each section. If the client has a signed agreement from an RFP, for example, and you want to upload that so it's attached to the new order, you can do so. It is not a required field. There is a contract start date. Now, this date is just going to be a rough estimate on when the client wants to start services. It's not going to be the exact date we're going to begin fulfillment, because that's going to be dependent on when we get that kickoff call scheduled and when we have all the assets to fulfill the services. You'll notice that there is no red asterisk for the contract end date. That is because all our services, with the exception of target marketing, will continue fulfillment of services unless that cancellation form has been filled out. So for training purposes here, I'm going to just select an SEO-based package and a Facebook and Instagram management package here. Any package that you select from this digital service bundle list will populate exactly what's included in the packages here. You'll also see that we do offer additional add-ons for digital service bundles and social services. If a client has a social bundle, they do have an option to purchase a pre-approval post on social media management. This includes a pre-approval social spreadsheet that the client will receive monthly to review. That is an additional $75 wholesale monthly charge. So should the client want pre-approval, then you would just select yes. If not, no. Now, the top three industries that we find typically asking for pre-approval is the medical field, the financial management, and the legal clients. Moving down here for website services, should the client want a lead machine website, you would select this option. For a WordPress, you would select this option. For training purposes, I'm just going to select the lead machine services. You would request how many pages, if hosting and maintenance are going to be included, and then of course, if there is any contract or proposal RFP associated with this, should the client have requested an e-commerce component attached to it, you would just upload that. It is not a required field because we do have that on file. For a la carte services, all of these are what we offer in addition to our bundles. So you can go in and select any of these options and add that to any package for the clients. Moving down here to the target marketing order. This information you could just, use the RFP to help fill out, or and of course upload it if you have that handy. So we do offer for target marketing services a 24/7 click-fuel reporting dashboard. It is an additional fee. The dashboard component is not included in that proposal, that quote from the RFP. So again, $20 per month wholesale fee to get the 24/7 click-fuel reporting that gives you the graphics and the details the client wants to see. You do have an option to schedule a kickoff call. And then of course, you're going to want to select what services that the client signed up for and what they approved on that RFP proposal. You're going to want to fill out the start date, the end date, and what platform the social is on. And of course, the geo-targeted areas, that's already on the RFP, so you could just copy and paste it here. It is not a required field because we already have that information. And again, here's the interest and demographic optional fields. Again, if they're not filled out on the order form, this will be talking points on the kickoff call. What kind of campaign types do they want? A likes campaign is used for a business that has new social. They want to build up their followers on their social pages. That's when maybe a likes campaign comes in handy. A clicks campaign is our most popular. This sends traffic to the client's website. We also offer events campaign should the client have an event coming up that they want to raise attendance for, or a multi-channel video ad campaign, which crosses over to multiple channels for that ad campaign, like a YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. All the other optional fields are here. Should the client have a Facebook page, what is that link? Are we going to be doing copy for the clients? Are we going to be doing creative for the clients? That is an additional $75 wholesale fee to do creative for a client if the client doesn't have their own banners or graphics to submit to our target marketing team. This would be where you would put that wholesale billing spend amount that you received in your proposal. And then of course, the goals and additional comments can be found here. We do offer a preferred day and time for a kickoff call. That can be added here. That is if a client is super busy, they only have one time, one date available. That is what you would put here, and then our customer client manager will then go ahead and make sure that the client gets assigned to account manager that's available, or a target marketing manager. And then of course you have any additional comments again, as we do in every form, and then you submit this. Once that order form has been submitted, it is a 3-day business day turnaround for that to get to an account manager, for the account manager to review the order, and for them to reach out to schedule a kickoff call. We're now going to go to the target marketing renewal form. The sales rep must fill out a renewal form for target marketing should that campaign be ready to expire. Without having this renewal form filled out, the target marketing team will stop all services for target marketing when that end date passes. If there are any changes to a campaign that is currently running, if there are, yes, then you go back and you submit a new order. You submit a new RFP, that RFP gets approved, then you submit that new order. If there are not any changes to an existing campaign, then what you would do is you just fill out, what campaign they had, if they're going to continue with the dashboard services, the new campaign start and end dates, and the billing spend. Any notes, messages, or comments can be added here, and then you go ahead and submit that. And once that order renewal has been submitted, the target marketing manager will start up that campaign and get that ready for them to go. The next option here is any changes to an active target marketing campaign. Should a client have any changes to a current active target marketing campaign, this is where this form would need to be filled out. So if there's any budget changes, if there's any, if you need to pause the campaign, if there's any event changes or promotional changes that are extended out, you want to add different keywords or geo-targeted areas, that is all something that can be filled out using this change to an active target marketing campaign. Once you add that information in this box, any requests, again, special comments, you submit, and then that will go to your target marketing manager, and they'll make sure that those changes to the existing running active campaign are made. Lastly, here we're going to go over the cancellation form. A cancellation form must be filled out by the 20th of the previous month. That is because a lot of our services we begin fulfilling in that same month. If you know your account manager, you can select your account manager, so they will be alerted right away. If you have multiple services and the client just wants to cancel one component, then you would just put down the services that the client wants to cancel. If they want to cancel all of their services, then you say all services in this box. The date of cancellation effective. We are always going to fulfill for the remaining month. We don't prorate anything. So should a client want to cancel on the 11th of the month, we will run all their services and fulfill until the last business day of that month. So if you say effective immediately, there's going to be, again, no prorating, no money back. We are going to just fulfill till the end of that remaining business day of that month. For cancellations on our website, if a cancellation occurs prior to the 12 months after a website build begins, the monthly hosting fee will be charged in the entirety. So if a client cancels 6 months into their website, they will be billed for the remaining 6 months of that 1-year contract. If a client wants to zip up their files, it is a $150 fee to do that. All those files will then be zipped up for a WordPress, and then they can take those files and use that website on a different with a different vendor on a different server, should they want to. Any Special comments, again, can be added here before you submit that cancellation. Should you submit that cancellation after the 20th of month, you need to reach out to your account manager and they can make sure if any of the services have been started, and that can be discussed with your account manager under special circumstances. And that is the cancellation form. We are now going to go over to the last form, which is a Client Insights form. This must be filled out prior to your account manager kickoff call. If you want to fill this out prior to an introduction with your account manager, that is totally encouraged. We recommend that the sales rep jumps on a call or goes to the business and walks through this form with the client together. So you would select the date that you're filling the form out. Should you be filling this form out without having that introduction with your account manager, it does default to unknown, so you can leave it as is. If you're going to wait and fill this Insights form out until after a reach out to your account manager, then you can go ahead and select your account manager. Then you're going to want to select the services that the client signed up for. So if the client signed up for an SEO-based or premium package, you're going to want to select Business Listing Optimization Online Review, Google My Business Posts, Blog, and a video production. If it is a two-channel social, then you're going to want to select Social Media Management and the chatbot. And then, of course, we have that website. Due to training, we're going to go over all of these services. The business details are required no matter what services the client has signed up for. The business details are super important to make sure they are accurate and exactly how the client wants their business information to be displayed, especially in the directories here. So just the rep's information here, the business's name here. Should the client have multiple businesses and we're only doing services for one of their locations, then we're going to want to make sure that the information, the address, phone number of the business we are going to be doing services for is what is displayed here. There are going to be some optional fields here. Any information that can be provided by the client will have the account manager better understand their business and what they're looking for. So we encourage the client to fill these optional fields out. However, if they are not filled out, it is not required, and it will be talking points on the kickoff call. The short and long business descriptions. These can be taken from their website, should they have a website, in their welcome or about us information. You want to take key pieces of their business, what their services are, or products, and you can incorporate that into the long and short description. Services provided. Should they have any services, they could be listed here. If they have any brands, that would be helpful and can be added, but it is optional. Payment options. What are their payment options that they take? Languages. Is it just English, or is it English and Spanish? Just to give us a better understanding. Keywords. List up to 10 keywords. It is a required field, but please rest assured that your account manager will review these keywords, make sure that they are the best keywords for their business, and we will tweak those keywords should we find one that's just not as strong as they could be. Moving down here, we're going to go to the Business Listing Optimization Review Monitoring now. Should the client not have a storefront, if it's a service area only business, you must select this option because that allows us to know that this is a service area only business and their address will not be shown in the directories. With that being said, it's very important that the business, the client, understands that should they only be a service area only business, they're going to get about 18 of the directories active and approved. The rest of the directories only approve and activate businesses that have a storefront. Just want to make that clear for expectation purposes. It is encouraged that should the client have additional organic images of their business, of their products, of their services, of their staff, anything that is organic to their business and not a stock image is required to be added to use in the directory. For Google My Business post, if the client has access to their logins to their Google My Business, they do not have to provide their logins. However, your account manager is going to be submitting a pre-kickoff call action item list. And in that list, they're going to direct the clients on how to make their email secondary owners of that page. Secondary ownership is important for two reasons. One, so they can see their Google Insights on their dashboard, and two, so we can schedule out posts for them. Blogs are not required but strongly encouraged. So if a client is very specific to what they want to see their blog topics to focus on, then please fill out up to 4. If this comes blank to your account manager will add this to the pre-kickoff call action item list. They'll come up with 4 blog topics and then provide that prior to the kickoff call so the client can review that and process that information and maybe think about that prior to the kickoff call so we can get those approved on the call. The more information we have approved on the call, the better and quicker the fulfillment can start for the client. Moving on to websites. How many pages? The list of pages and tabs. Is maintenance included? Is this going to be a lead machine or a WordPress site? Is it going to be e-commerce? What templates, if it is a lead machine, what template does the client want? If you select template link here, it goes to this page, and this will show you all the templates that the client can choose from. Once they choose their template, you put the name here. What colors do they want associated with their website? Call to action. The Dropbox link will be provided by the account manager. No need to put that in. Should you be filling this out prior to getting assigned an account manager, that is completely fine. If you're filling this out after you're introduced to your account manager would have already invited you to the Dropbox link. So you can add that here from your intro letter from your account manager. Does the client have a domain? If yes, then please fill out this information here. It is very important that we have the domain logins so we can push the site live when it's ready to go. Emails. We don't have any emails. We do not house any emails, but very important to know if emails are associated with a domain. So yes or no on this. If they are associated with the domain, then please enter them here. Any social accounts they have, we need those links so we can add those icons to their social channel or to their website. And of course, any special notes that the developer needs to know. Moving on to the video portion. Again, not required. You do not have to come up with copy. It is strongly encouraged that the client participates should they want to. If there is no information here, we will provide the copy. Your account manager assigned to the client's account will provide copy, providing they have a website. We'll just do some overview, copy, and call to action items. We'll provide that in the pre-kickoff call action item list. And then the client can, again, review that copy prior to the kickoff call, process it a little bit so they can make that approval or tweaks on the kickoff call. Moving on to social media management, which social platforms is the client signed up for? Geo-targeted area, industry resources, what kind of voice does the client want for their social media account? Fun, professional, serious. All optional. So if it's not filled out, they will be talking points on the kickoff call with their account manager. What kind of goals does the client want? Any additional information. In regards to the chatbot, should the client have that component in their bundle? 3 prompts is the maximum. Prompts could be hours, events, promotions. Anything like that can be added here, and then with some response. Is the response going to be linking them to the website page, or is it going to be providing a phone number for the traffic? If this information isn't filled out or selected, then your account manager will provide an example of the chatbot and how it will be laid out with the 3 prompts based off their website. And that could be, again, reviewed by the client in their pre-kickoff call action item list. So when we're on that kickoff call, the client can approve the chatbot copy. And then once that information has been filled out, you submit this insights form, and then that will go to your account manager once they're assigned. And that completes the 3 forms in our Guaranteed Digital Resource Center. If you are interested in a high-level overview of the GD Resource Center, then please check out our GD Resource Center Segment 1A General Overview Training video that can be found in the Onboarding drop-down Partner Training page under Process Training. Thank you.